Okay, welcome to the last part. This is the last three, my top three most overrated films that I could think of that I've seen. Number three is Casablanca. I almost fell asleep watching this movie, not because it was boring, because I was really tired when I saw it. It's a good movie, but it just has one of the most like sour endings. That kind of took me out of it. I can understand the praise for Ingrid Bergman and Humphrey Bogart. They're great in the film. I take nothing away from them. The subject matter, I could take it or leave it. I don't think it's the best, most engaging story of all time. It is a good love story at times, but I don't know. I've seen better. I've seen shorter films. Um, I just wish that the movie, it is memorable, but I don't think it's not a film that I can rewatch. It's not, it doesn't, something with me just didn't gel well with me. I guess it's the World War II, Nazi, storyline that they had there. I mean, it is a classic, but I can't love it like a lot of people do. Maybe I have to see it again, and maybe I'll change my mind. But for now, I just think it's an overrated film. A lot of critics they put this in like one of the top 10 greatest movies of all time, and to me, it's nowhere near there. It's not even in my top 100 of all time. But I don't hate the movie. I think it's overrated because it's a little bit too overhyped, and the love story works, but some things just didn't gel well with me, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, now number two. These two I did not care for, and I will say why. Number two is The Amazing Spider-Man. Why did the critics love this movie so much? It's worse than Spider-Man 3. It's way too long. It's boring. The bottom line, this movie was boring as hell. I did not care for Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. He's the worst Spider-Man I've seen. The suit looked gay. The visual effects look like crap. The lizard looked horrible. I think that the story doesn't work with me. The dark tone did not work for this. This is not Batman or the Punisher or Blade or anything. No, it's Spider-Man. He's supposed to be lighthearted and jokey. Making him all emo and crap, it just doesn't work. I think there were much better films that came out that year besides Avengers. Dark Knight Rises, it was what it was. But Amazing Spider-Man, I just thought was overblown. The critics really enjoyed it. I'm like, what was there? Was there something I missed? No. I don't think this movie's great. I've seen much better. Just Spider-Man 2. I don't think that's overrated because it was enjoyable. It wasn't all emo and trying to be downright depressing. And I'm glad I didn't see this in the theater. It was a waste of time. Emma Stone was good, but she couldn't save this movie. She didn't have much to work with. They just try to recreate the first three films, try to do things differently. Oh, he's on a bridge again, just like in the first film. Oh, there's Gwen Stacy like in the third film. Oh, like in Spider-Man 2, what was it? They fight on a building, just like in the second movie. It's the same thing. It's the same beats. It's a reboot that was not needed. We don't need this. We don't need Amazing Spider-Man 2 this year. I'm going to say it right now. I think Electro looks like shit. Too many villains. Too much overstuffing. I know that Sam Raimi couldn't put every villain in the first three films, but this just doesn't work for me. This Spider-Man I don't care for. I'd rather see the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon on Disney XD. At least that's fun. It's not trying to be all dark and serious. I want my superhero films to have some light-heartedness and they make me feel something. Make me have fun, not just be all depressed. So that film I think is overblown. Doesn't need to exist, in my opinion. And now, the number one most. I need some water. Hold on. The most overblown, the most overrated, the most high. The movie that they praise way too much, and I have no idea why. And that is Avatar. Yes, I think Avatar is the most overrated movie in the last 10 years. What the hell was so special about this movie? It's Ferngully in space. That's basically what it is. There's nothing new. The story has been done to death, and it does not deserve to be the highest grossing movie of all time. I'm sorry. This film I did not care for. It was way too long. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm like, James Cameron, this movie could have been 2 hours and that's it. You didn't need to add 30 minutes of filler with other characters that we didn't need. Yes, the visual effects are amazing. I agree. The visual effects people deserve the Oscar they got. It was amazing of visual effects, but the characters are boring. Sam Worthington is the most boring freaking lead I've seen in a sci-fi movie in my entire life. This guy, he's, I'm Jake Sully, and I'm on Pandora. The guy is a block of wood. I'm sorry. I did like him in other films, like Terminator Salvation. I don't think he was that bad, but in this film, he's boring as hell. Zoe Saldana, I don't think can act in this movie. She's very, her accent was annoying. Her going, just it was laughable. The dialogue sucked. It's not memorable. People are calling this the new Star Wars. To hell with that. Star Wars will never be touched. You see that right there? Star Wars. That's episode 1. But yeah, Star Wars doesn't have blue cat things. I mean, come on. It's a movie that James Cameron smoked a lot of LSD or something, and what he hallucinated with, that's what he put on screen. And although it's good visuals, it doesn't save the movie. I've seen good visuals in a movie. It doesn't mean the movie's good. I mean, I saw the trailer for Prometheus. The visuals were stunning, but the movie's been done before. It's nothing special. I think that the film, the action it's all computers, so I can't really get invested in computers. I think the film just, needed to be chopped down. Michelle Rodriguez didn't need to be in the film. It wasn't interesting. The action was forgettable. It just had a lot of things that didn't make sense. Like, why were there floating mountains that had water? Why did they worship nature? Why do the Navis, they look like Native Americans, but they're blue? Why were there these creatures that I've never seen in my life that look ridiculously, like, I don't know, it got me out of the film. The running time, why did it have to be 2 hours and 40 minutes, and then the extended cut's like 3 hours? Why? You're not Lord of the Rings, James Cameron. I'm sorry. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I can understand. It has a solid story. This doesn't. It's boring. It's Ferngully and Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves all wrapped up into one with the Smurfs. Really, that's your epic movie after the Titanic remake from '97. I'm sorry. George Lucas, with all the shit he gets, at least the prequels are not 3 hours. Give him that. Take it or leave it. The films have flaws, but they're not 3 hours long. I can take Jar Jar for 10 minutes over an hour of this Navi language where I had to read subtitles for half the movie. It's not a great movie. I'm sorry. It doesn't deserve to be on IMDb's 250 list. It's overblown. It's not the best acted film of all time. I've seen better performances. District 9 was better. Even Elysium, as bad as the ending is, and as many problems as that has, that was better than Avatar. I've seen better. I have. The original Star Wars trilogy is priceless. You're not going to top that. I'm sorry. This movie just was way overblown. The 90-something% it got on Rotten Tomatoes, on the top of the high IMDb food chain, getting all these Oscar nominations, especially for Best Picture, which I'm glad it didn't win. It didn't deserve it. It was boring. The movie's the most boring sci-fi movie of all time, and that's why it's my number 1. So this list, make up your mind. You guys out there on YouTube, if you like these movies, it's fine. I like some of them. The first 2 films I don't care for. They're too boring, and they're overhyped. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Later.